I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife, Madame Mediocre. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. This one's wife has mediocrity writ through the middle of her like lettering in a stick of Blackpool rock. Cut her in two and you'll see mediocrity right through the middle of her. How do we know this? Well, first of all, despite her trying to claim to the contrary, very few people actually knew of her existence as a consequence of the fact that she had bit parts in films, bit parts in television programs, and although she sought to portray it as a huge role on Suits, her actual screen time wasn't that much. And the success of that show has been as a consequence of the writing and the other actors involved. Admittedly, they've gained from publicity as a consequence of her involvement, but you wouldn't watch Suits because she's in it. In actual fact, she just plays a fairly bland character. And blandness is something that she is clearly known for. She isn't a talented author. She can't create interesting and inspiring and engaging content. Not only is she lazy, but what she does create is dull, been done before. Witness the instances where she plagiarizes people's quotations and people's work, and she tells you things that you've already known about, but portrays it as if she's the first to ever see it. She throws around the fridge magnet platitudes. She engages in the beige word salads. She thinks she's a fashion icon. What she wears tells us different. She believes that she's a philanthropist, but she pays lip service to it. She joined the royal family and was there for the blink of an eye because it wasn't what she wanted and because she was told what she had to do. No narcissist likes to be told what to do. She is the doer, not the done to. Her charitable works amount to utilising tragedy, the Ghoul of Uvalde for example, for her own purposes, or talking about something and then never delivering it, the 40 by 40 debacle. We have seen the suggestion of more podcasts, yet they've yet to come to fruition, having been booted into 2025. My reckoning is they'll never see the light of day. Lemonardo will frankly get cheesed off with the lack of production, and she doesn't see us as big enough for her. Furthermore, American Riviera Orchard is a complete joke. Having now been comatose for 8 months, despite suggestions that it's going to be launched through Netflix House and in conjunction with a cookery show, it has yet to do anything. More mediocrity from an individual that embodies the idea. And this mediocrity can be seen in the way that she acts on a day-to-day basis. How? Well, all you need to do is compare her supposed acting with how she portrays herself in real life, and you'll notice that there's no actual difference between the two. I've made it apparent previously that when she's professionally acting, all she's actually doing is utilising how she acts in real life. Remember, both are performances. The professional performance is her thinking that she's acting in front of a camera, that she is taking on the role of a character. Her acting in real life, she doesn't think that she's acting, she thinks this is the way that she actually is. But what you'll notice is that she is the same whether she's professionally acting or real life acting. This is because, absent any emotional empathy, she is not able to understand how she ought to properly respond, and her narcissism has not attained the level of evolution that some narcissists have with regard to portraying a particular image in a seamless fashion. She doesn't realise that she's acting in real life but this is what her narcissism does, and I've explained this in detail in the excellent video, The Imitation Game, which you all really ought to watch to aid your understanding of narcissism and This One's Wife. I've pointed this out before, but it's worthwhile me doing so in a further instance, because as you know, I'm a huge believer in looking at the evidence. And as I've provided evidence previously, I'm going to provide it to you again so that you can see the expressions that she shows when she's meant to be professionally acting are expressions that you see when she's going about her acting in day-to-day life. I'm going to be showing you some stills which have been taken from a film she was in called When Sparks Fly. And I want you to look at the facial expressions that she's pulling and just think about the number of occasions you have seen her look like that when she's been in an interview, when she's been doing a walkabout, when she's been meeting members of the public, when she's up on the stage at one of her facade managing events, when she's sashayed into an event, drinking in the fuel. So many instances where we have seen those looks when she's been acting in real life, and it demonstrates that everything about this woman not only is performative, but she's so mediocre that she can't even professionally act with any degree of convincement, any convincing degree rather. Instead, what you get is just the acting from real life. She's so mediocre, so bland, so beige, so camel, that when she acts as per her narcissism in real life, you just get the same when she's acting professionally. Now, there are certain narcissists who are actors and actresses who are brilliant at what they do, driven by their narcissism, but they actually do have some talent. They're not mediocre. So yes, they act in real life, but their acting professionally is different, more involved, is more diverse. They've got a better range. Not with This One's Wife. It's mediocrity all the way. So, prepare yourself and have a look at this great big slab of further mediocrity, which just confirms that when she acts acts professionally, you're just seeing her acting in real life. Here we are.